played, you know, ball out in the street, played baseball with the boys, but it wasn't hardball, softballs, played with them out in the street. Yeah, we was trying to count up. I think we counted up 89 of us living. Just only around, you know, it wouldn't be that many. And I think Mark counted, she counted them up. She did. Well, if she's got...
I still have the picture when you had that big get-together in like the 40s or 50s. It must have been the 40s, because Dad's a little baby. That's a great big get-together with, I forgot who was in the middle. Was it the Barrett family?
Their name was Barrett.
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be the first thing, would it?
Oh, it must have been the first things because, I don't know. Yeah, because Dad was a little baby.
Yeah.
And I think his Grandpa Tom was holding him when you were there.
Uh-huh.
And they had the rest of the family, and Pop was in the middle.
Yeah. And, you know, the whole time, when the department over Marlene came along and everything, Tom would be out in the kitchen while he warmed the boiler up or something. You know how you would hold, like they do, the little one, the Rachel. And anyhow, I'd be heating the milk and she's living too, Aggie, her name's Agnes Kelty, and she lived next door to us. Her husband's gone too. And Tom used to hold Marlene and would rock her, you know, and he would sing the songs, you know, and Aggie said sometimes you could hear him through the wall. He'd hold Marlene and just swing her, you know, like they would do this over to the bottle that and Aggie's still living, and I talked to her, but the rest of them, I don't know what became of the rest of them, but Aggie Kelty, her husband died 5 or 6 years ago, and you know, they couldn't have any children, and they just adopted this girl when she was about 6 weeks old, and I guess about 3 or 4 months ago, that her daughter, the one she adopted, found out that she had brothers and sisters and cousins, and I wished I'd have kept it. It was in the paper, and I kept it for a while. It was all on the first sheet of the second section, great big pig, and she had brothers and sisters all together. They got all together. It was 10 of them, and she didn't know it. She had 9 sisters and brothers, and they didn't know they had her, and they looked into it, and Aggie said they get along just fine. And I hadn't talked to her now for about 2 months, but she said it really thrilled her because she thought that what's going to become, I can't think of her name right now, what would come of her when God takes me, because she's the only child, and come find out that she's got her whole family she knew she had. And they adopted her from home here in Louisville, home of the Hendersons or whatever. She adopted her from there. Now Annie's still, I had mother sister-in-law still living. She's 80, I guess Aunt Helen must be 85, 86 years old. She married Uncle Henry, the baby of the family. And I talk to her all the time, but I can't now, and she has to wait till she gets time because her daughter Dolores is in bad shape, and she don't want to talk in front of her and tell me what's all wrong with her daughter Dolores. And I had to talk to her, but that was mother's sister-in-law. She's still living. Got one living from my mother's side. Now that's something.
Mm-hmm.
But she must be around 87. And she called me about a month ago. She said, she said, you know, I told you can try and call me. I said, yes, and I haven't. She said, well, Dolores called her son, Aunt Helen's grandson. Said, well, Paul take her to the doctor. And she said, this is the only chance I got to talk to you. And she said, don't try to call me. Because she said, Dolores don't want nobody to know it. And that's the baby. That's Uncle Henry's wife. Now, you know, that's great. That's my only sister-in-law living on my mother's side. That one living.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something. I guess that's it, Danny. I could maybe 3 or 4 days from now I could count. But anyhow, we did count up. It's 89 of us living. That's it. That's kind of a big family yet. And look how many sisters and brothers are living. Up until, you know, lately got 5 now. 4 girls and a boy. Now, Jean, Marlene and I went over yesterday to see Jean, my sister-in-law, just lost my brother. We went over to see her, and she said, now, B, because Billy's gone. She said, I'm still going to have you over here. She said, not next week, but she said in a week and a half. She said, we're going to have you over for dinner. And I go over there once a month while he was living. And I'm the only one that she sees all the time is me. Don't see the other two.
Mm-hmm.
Jan or Mick. Don't see them at all. Well, she can't see Mark because, she lives in Richmond. And Mark got kind of mad at me because I wouldn't go back with her
To Richmond?
to Richmond to celebrate her 80th birthday. And I said, Mark, I can't go back. I said, do you think I'd go to Richmond when my granddaughter's having a shower Monday night? I said, you think I'd go? And I said, I got a doctor's appointment the 15th, for the, I don't know what they're going to do, for the 15th. Well, you can just, cancel that and give another time. I said, look, I'm not going. I said, my granddaughter's having a shower and I'm not going. She got kind of mad. Well, I said, if one of your granddaughters was having it, I said, you wouldn't come here.
Yeah.
That's the truth. And I said, I guess if I turned 79, you wouldn't come here. Well, that's the truth. I wouldn't go. Well, you think I'd give that up for Diane?
Darlene.
Well, starting sharp at Diane's giving it.
Oh, okay.
See, that's the reason I just say Diane's giving a sharp.
Okay.
I said, do you think I'd go back while Diane's giving that sharp for Darlene? Well, you don't see Darlene. I said, that's all right, but don't. I said, she calls her mother mad every Sunday. And I said, once in a great while, I said, I might say, can I say a few words to her, and that's it. But very seldom because, they got a lot to talk about here and Dad and her. And I don't feel I want to butt in. But I think of her all the time, and she's sweet as she can be. She is. And when she came back here the last time, I have a picture, and it's worth money. And it belonged to my father-in-law. It's rounded like this, not the picture, but just the frame inside. It's rounded, so some kind of ship. And it's a ship, and it's circle like this. And on the sides, got this artist's name, and so many of them made. I'll say 60 of them made. And they told me that's worth money because only so many of them are made. And Darlene refrained her from me when she was here. And I said, I won't hear him badly. But you don't know that. Like I got a quilt my mother made. I guess it's 40 years old. Well, I guess yes, it's older than that. And Danny,
Wait, now, so you're not going to go to the...
What?
See your sister, huh?
No, I'm going,
Are you going to go back and see her later?
No.
Oh, really?
I don't feel like it. I don't feel like I want to make the trip.
You won't come down to Southwest to Houston area sometime?
I don't think so. Danny, I just don't feel like traveling.
Oh, really?
Yes, if I went back, my sister had to fly back. They would pay my way and everything. But somehow or another, I just feel a little frightened. I don't know. I told Florence, my next door neighbor, I said, I don't know what's the matter with me, why I am so frightened all of a sudden of traveling. I don't know. And that's the reason I didn't, and my niece, Mark's, my sister's, thought she would pay my way back. Of course, they always did, but I just don't feel like going to travel. I don't know what it is. I know it's something about my nerves, I know that. I know because when I was sick in February, my nerves got the best of me, and that illness I had. But
You've been having things happen lately. You've been having some things happen lately.
And I just don't feel like, that I want to. I know I'd love to visit y'all, but I just don't feel like, that time, when when I stayed with you all for a few days or 4 days.
Lori ran the car into the garage door.
I said, I hope she don't get it from then because you have a temper like your dad.
That'd be nice.
You might quieten down a little bit, maybe. Because, and I said, oh my God. And I thought, what Danny said, and she said, Pete, how'd that do, man? I said, what big Grandma? I said, no, it's an accident. And we were scared. I said, well, Danny's got a temper like his daddy. And I thought he was going to blow the strike, and I thought, God, I hope you don't get her. She's so sweet, and we didn't mean to do that. And you come home, you didn't say nothing, and you fixed the door.
Couldn't even tell.
No, but when I stayed with y'all that few days, and then I flew on up to Aunt Marlene to stay down, and went to visit Darlene. And Darlene and I came back. Oh, that's a nice trip. It was.
You gotta do that again.
But I feel like I just feel like I can't make it. I just feel like the traveling, frightens me. I'm scared I'm going to get lost. Now, what's wrong with me? Can you tell me? I'm frightened that I'll get lost.
Well, it's the way
It's-
people get.
But see, when I went up to Richmond and that, when I come home, Laverne, Mark, my sister Mark's daughter, when she called and made the reservations, and she said, this is my aunt. And she said, I'd like for you to meet us, so far, meet us with the wheelchair, to take her to her plane. And maybe when we got there, and we sat, you know how you had to hold the ticket and that, and Laverne told her, and she said, it's waiting for you. And then when I got ready to leave, here come we call it the caps. What do you call them in? You know, the pushes them wheelchairs and that. They wear them caps.
Yeah.
Well, I can't think of it either. And they pushed me all the way to well, it was about 15 doors away from where I got off at to touch that plane. And then when I come home, they did the same thing. And it really helped me. And then here was Diane, Debbie, Alan, who else?
When you get off the plane, they were waiting for
When I
you.
came home, and when I got off and that, and I come around, and I was on this side, and I looked over there, and I seen this girl running, and I looked, Diane, they all come to meet me, and she's afraid I'm going to have to walk too far or something. And here was Diane running to meet me, and here I was right on the side. When I looked over, I thought, that was like Diane. It is Diane. And then I hollered at her, and Debbie was with her, and so was Allie, was with her. And that made my day. Have somebody like that, to meet you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if your dad was out of town, did he meet us too?
He was always out
I
there.
don't know, but they all met me. That little Alice, he was playing on the bars, like, goes across, like, keep you from falling and that. He got real thrilled with those airplanes, though. And I don't know, somehow this year, the thoughts of going someplace,
Well, when you get better, you have to go
I
back
just
down.
feel like I just can't make it, I don't know. And see, these eyes have bothered me too. I had this other one done in November, and I had this one done in February. And see, there's that film on there, and it's like watering. That's the reason I get out. And I put my glasses on.
Let me see your glasses. Put your glasses on, see.
These are the dark ones,
Oh, yeah.
my other ones. If I'm outside, and I got the other ones, and this film, it worries me. And I read the paper, but I can't see out nothing out of this eye. And I read the paper, I'm doing all out of this eye, and I got those glasses. But when I put them on, this film, the film is not there. But I just don't want to wear glasses, and they're worn for so many years. But I'll use this. So I don't know what they'll do when I go back to 15
So
years.
you've always had good eyes?
Yeah.
Never wore glasses?
Oh, yeah,
I don't have real good eyes, and I don't know how come.
Well,
Everybody else wears glasses.
I didn't tell you this part. When I was small, Mother said I would just scream and scream, and they didn't know what was the matter with me, and the doctors couldn't. They didn't know what. They thought maybe I just had a temper. That's what Mother tells me now. And I can remember that me screaming when I was 4 or 5 years old, or something, or say 5 or something. But I can still see that, and they have screaming, crying. And the doctor, it was headaches. They found out I was having headaches. Because one day Mother said to me, and Mother just called me Beatrice, and that's really what it's supposed to be pronounced. And she kept saying, Beatrice, what's the matter with you? What's wrong? Mother told me this, see, because I wouldn't remember, I was too young. And she kept saying, Beatrice, what's wrong with you? And Mother said, finally, I take my hand, she said, and I touch my head. Well, Mother couldn't figure out why I touched my head. So they take me to the doctor, and they found out I was having headaches. And they put glasses on me. I was 4 or 5 years old, and we got pictures of me them crazy glasses, but they didn't help. But I was having migraine headaches. And Dan might can remember, I get headaches, and I have to lay down. Nobody, they couldn't come in that room, couldn't get that floor. They couldn't walk on that floor. I asked your dad if he remembers that when I got down, they couldn't go, they couldn't walk the floor. Well, then, I went to the doctor. I don't know if I got so, my nose, I couldn't smell or anything, and something, well, I went there, I couldn't swallow. I didn't know what it was, and I looked, it was saying something hanging on the uvula back here. And so the doctor made an appointment.